Hello everyone. Today we're reviewing the Koason Android car multimedia screen. My car's stock multimedia screen is small with a thick frame. I disliked it, missing key features like Android Auto or CarPlay. So I reached out to Koason, who makes these screens. This one's for Mercedes A-Class, but they have many for Audi, BMW too. Check their website link below for more models. As for the screen here, it's a 10.25-inch capacitive touch display made by LG, featuring IPS LCD tech and a resolution of 1920 x 720 pixels. It's powered by an 8-core Qualcomm Snapdragon processor with Cortex-A53, 4 GB RAM, and 64 GB storage, expandable via microSD. This version runs Android 10 and has dual-band Wi-Fi at 2.4 and 5 GHz, Bluetooth 4.1, GPS, and 4G technology, allowing us to use a SIM card for data without relying on our phone's hotspot. Also, as mentioned, it supports both wireless CarPlay for iPhone and Android Auto, which works wirelessly or via USB. Once installed, the screen is fully compatible with all of the car's original functions. The radio, front and rear cameras, USB, hands-free steering wheel controls, it all works with the new Android screen. Once installed, you can switch between the Android interface and the car's original system whenever you want. To clarify, this screen model is specifically for Mercedes A-Class with NTG 4.5 connection. Koason's website offers various versions for each car model. For the Mercedes A-Class, we have 4.0, 4.5, 4.7, 5.0, and more. There's also an option for a larger 12.3 inches display with different RAM, storage, and Android 12 instead of 10. Prices for the Mercedes A-Class range from about €450 to €629 depending on the model and version. Prices vary, so check the website for your BMW, Audi, or Mercedes model. They likely have a screen for it. Now that we've covered the features, let's move on to the unboxing. Regarding the box contents, you can see it includes many items, especially cables, with all the necessary ones for assembly. Here I see things like the GPS, the central cable unit that connects to the car's main unit, and USB components. Over here we have the screen, which I'll set aside for now and will examine in detail later. Now I want to show you the instructions, which are quite visual, although they're only in English. They provide a diagram, in this case for the 4.5 model, showing all connections, what each part is, and roughly where each one connects. On the other side, we have the same information for the 4.0 model on the same sheet. And then the other sheet we have covers the installation process. In this case, we're given a basic step-by-step installation guide with images on how to install the car radio. On the last page, we have some installation tips and common questions. For example, it says, no sound, and lists possible causes like poor connections or missing installations. On the other side, we have the system overview. It shows the Android system layout and how to enable or disable various functions. Overall, it's quite comprehensive, especially the instructions that help us set up the entire system. Now that we've seen the box contents, let's look at the really interesting part, the screen. The screen weighs 795 grams and measures 28 centimeters wide by 13 centimeters high. As for thickness, well, at its thinnest part it's about 2 centimeters, but in the center, where all the connections are, it's about 4 centimeters thick. As you can see, there's also a bit of a frame around the screen, though it's slightly irregular. The bottom bezel is about 2 centimeters, while the sides and top are roughly 1 centimeter. On the back, we have all the connections and mounting points. At the top, on these covers are 2 screw holes to attach it to the car's original mount. On this side, as you can see, we have slots for both a memory card to expand storage and a micro SIM card for 4G without relying on your phone's data connection. Now that we've seen all this, let's check it out mounted in the car to see how it works and what features it has. Alright guys, as you can see, we're now inside the car with the new screen fully installed. I'll show you a couple of images now so you can see what the original car screen looked like. As you'll notice, we had a much smaller screen before, with a thicker, more basic frame, and most importantly, it had far fewer functions. The original screen only allowed us to listen to the radio, play music via USB, or connect a phone through Bluetooth to make calls or listen to music from the device. That was pretty much it for the old screen's capabilities. As you can see, the change is dramatic. We now have a much larger screen with higher resolution, much better color contrast, and crucially, we've upgraded to a touch screen. What you're seeing right now is essentially the main menu of the new screen. In this first section, we have 3 options. Phone, which is for connecting your phone and making calls through it. Navigation, meaning the screen has built-in GPS, so if we enter, we can navigate directly. That is, move around any city easily without needing internet on the screen. And lastly, on this screen here, we have car information. As I mentioned at the start of the video, we can return to the original system anytime by simply pressing here. As you see, we return to this area here, not this one. This is new because the screen is much larger. This is the original size of the navigator, and as you can see, we have the original system to access whenever we want. Moving to the next screen, we have both HD video and music. These 2 sections will allow us to play both video and music from, if we have a micro SD card, we can connect it here and play content. For example, if we tap video, it includes a sample video, which is an Ant-Man trailer. As you can see, the quality is quite good. It's perfect for entertainment in the car, but never while driving, of course. Lastly, on this screen, we'll find the settings section. As with any device, this area lets us configure and customize many aspects of the vehicle. As you can see, there are plenty of options you can explore yourself, depending on your car model and needs. Finally, on the last screen, we have 3 more options. The first one, labeled Phone Link, allows us to sync our phone mobile via CarPlay or Android Auto. In this case, I've got my iPhone connected through CarPlay, so when I open Phone Link, as you can see, it immediately launches my iPhone system. Here we have a bunch of compatible apps right at our fingertips, as you can see. I've got Amazon Music, Maps, Google Maps, Skype, and even WhatsApp, where I can listen to messages and also access the radio directly without going back to the original system. For me, this has been a game changer. I'd never used it before, but it's super convenient and incredibly easy to use in the car. The next section, Apps, lets us use the screen just like an Android system. Here, if the screen's connected via Wi-Fi, we can access the Play Store and download any app we need. Also, if we don't have a phone to connect through CarPlay or Android Auto, we can still do many things from here, like navigate using Google Maps or use the Chrome browser, plus, as I mentioned, download any app from the Play Store. Lastly, the dashboard section is a control panel where if we enter, we can see the vehicle, watch the doors open and close, check the RPM, view the speed in kilometers per hour, and if we tap here, we can tweak the interface and choose our favorite color scheme. Keep in mind, this is essentially an Android system, so if we go up here, we have quick settings, just like any Android phone, as you see. As we can see, we have the standard settings, and from here we can access Wi-Fi, for example, or as I mentioned earlier, insert a SIM card to use the screen without needing to connect to any Wi-Fi network. This means we won't rely on our phone's network or Wi-Fi for the screen to have internet, so we can easily use Google Maps, Chrome, or any app we download from the Play Store without any issues. Also, the settings section takes us directly to Android-like device settings. As I mentioned before, the car's update is incredible, offering many more options and much greater ease and comfort when using the car's entire navigation system. Well guys, that's it for the review of the Koason Android car multimedia screen. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That's all from me. As always, it's been a pleasure. See you in the next video.